Hello, everyone. This is Tex back with RLR. I got another episode here for you today. Today, I'm going to touch on some of the other keynotes from the Democratic convention last night. Sorry it's taking me so long to get to this. It's been kind of hectic with my other channel. But this morning, I touched on AOC because, it's AOC. And she's a little unusual. But, all right. So, we're just going to skip over Colin Powell. We all know there's really not much in there. Like, he was talking, the only thing he noted that I will make note of was he said that Joe Biden supports the military. It's a bunch of shit. I don't know what he's talking about. They're full of shit. He don't support the military. When Joe and Obama were in office, the budget was slashed from 691 billion at its peak to 580 billion at its peak. It doesn't seem like a lot of money to most people. They'd be like, "Oh, that's not a big budget cut. That doesn't take a lot." But take into consideration what that money affects. It affects Navy ships' abilities to run uh, training missions before they deploy. It affects Air Force pilots being able to do any training flights before they go out. It affects soldiers' ability to do any training for survival, any target training, anything on the range. You can't do anything. You're cutting their money, so that affects how much time they have to train, which in the end, if you ask me, also affects their ability to maneuver, to stay alive, to know what they're doing. Joe Biden does not support our military. That's just what I'm trying to say here, people. It was at its weakest point, and there are some statistics that show that it was weak, but for the most part, they cut the funding. We had 12 people, 12 fleets in the Air Force that were eligible to be antiqued. You tell me if Joe and Obama cared about the military. Obviously not. Just a simple fact. Not hard to figure out. Oh Lord, there's Bill Clinton after that. And this is where it becomes the Democratic pedophile convention because you got Bill Clinton in one place, you got John Legend in one place. I'm sure Chrissy Teigen wasn't too far behind wherever the hell her husband was at. You got Michelle, who was a big supporter of Harvey Weinstein. All of this wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, bitch. How you feel now? Endorse the pedophile, endorse the rapist. You're real smart, huh? Hmm. Seems like your whole party's kind of fucking crooked, especially Clinton, with his 16 trips that I've read so far and 200 pages of the Epstein files that are released out of 2,000. So I'm sure I'm going to find his name a few more times on there somewhere, you know. But, he's the one that preached to us about how immoral Trump is. Yeah, miss me with your bullshit. Democrats are just putting a bunch of lion ass cocksuckers out there to try to blow smoke up our ass so that we'll vote for Biden and nobody's buying your bullshit. You got a bunch of infomercials for a convention and a bunch of pedophiles and morons talking to people with common sense. And if people are voting for these people, I worry about your common sense. I also worry about your IQ. You might want to get that checked out. Either that or you're a victim of the poor public education system that the Democrats have been giving you for the majority of your life. Oh, man, oh, man. It's not going anywhere. They're just not going anywhere. And then Clinton, I caught something else, said that jobs were at a 6 year rate of growth under Obama and Biden. I don't remember a 6 year rate of growth. I do remember his first 4 years, jobs got better, but I remember them declining in his last four because you had all of that stuff going on. We had Ebola, we had all those riots. It wasn't so good then. Uh, and we're gonna go into something else real quick that I took note of here. These are just some things that you can count on coming back and happening to you again if you elect Joe Biden, because he was the vice president when all these things happened under Obama. So let's see. The federal debt owed to the public went up 128%. under Obama and Biden. Home prices were up 20%, but home ownership was at its lowest in half a century. And Trump's done his best to try to fix the housing market, but it still hasn't come back all the way. But you can count on that coming back if you elect Biden again, because I mean everything's just a basic clean cut copy of what Obama was doing with some steroids added to it. I mean, it's basically all we're looking at. Obama's policies on steroids. So, if you're okay with them cutting out coal production by 20%, go ahead and vote for Biden. If you live in the Midwest, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, I'm talking to you. Ohio, Pennsylvania, yeah, I'm talking to you. They're going to take that away from you. They're going to take your jobs away from you. I've seen coal mines. I've seen what happens to those coal mining towns when there's no one around, when there's no jobs. There's nothing. It's a shit show. People move, people abandon. Everything gets abandoned, and then the people that are left there that can't get out, they're stuck on drugs or doing whatever the hell they got to do to make money to get by. It's piss poor conditions. And there's plenty of that going on. And they're fine uprooting all those good families that work hard to pay their bills and keep people's lights on because they're only concerned about the money that they're going to put in their pocket when they try to make everything fucking electric with their Green Deal. They want to line their pockets while costing you a shit ton of money. Just what they're doing here. It's sad. It's sad to see people running to lead a country that they don't even like. That's how it feels. It feels like they don't even like this country. They want to change everything about it. They want to holler about how bad it is. I don't think so. I don't think the American people are going to let this happen. But what's your opinion on it? Leave it down in the description. Leave it down in the comment section below. Sorry about that. Like, subscribe, share. And remember, it matters where you stand.